All right, everybody. Welcome back to our Reemergence show. I know we've been away for a little while.
Just a
Make
bit.
sure that our sound is working. Yep, our sound is working. Yay! No sound effect. No sound issues today.
All right.
Anyway, so I know we missed last month. Katya was at New York Comic Con. And then we are a week late because someone named Paige was on vacation.
I was in Florida.
What's vacation?
So in our last episode, Frank, what happened? Wait, I can't hear you, Frank.
Frank, you're muted. Or
No, I'm just taking the piss. I gotcha.
you know.
It was
so,
very convincing.
It was
thank you. Last time on Reemergence, our band of heroes, finding themselves surrounded by acolytes of the Red Church after successfully repelling an ambush from said believers, were quick to find themselves captured or on the run. Having been forcibly split from one another, things were looking dire until a strangely hooded figure came to everyone's rescue. Swiftly being whisked away to a cave on the outskirts of town, the hooded figure revealed themselves to be the very dragon our heroes were hunting. Some hard truths were revealed, and the true enemy became clear. You're all caught up.
Okay. And where we left off, the dragon had just shown you a place to rest, and the floor is yours.
Just in regards to perspective, the dragon is not a big dragon right now.
No, the dragon is in human form.
Yeah.
And
as a male human.
Can you describe the physical space that we're in right now?
So currently, you guys are in a really large cave. It's large enough to be able for an ancient red dragon to be able to comfortably have a huge pile of gold that is against the far wall. And there is a small desk area that you guys were standing near, where he actually has a bunch of papers and scrolls and stuff sitting on this desk. And then off to the side, he has made sure that there's a place for you guys to rest. And then there is a large cave leading out, and there are passages to the left and right as you guys look down the passageway. So that's currently where you are. And you don't know where in the world you are because you were transported here.
Got so many questions. So many questions.
So if you have anything else, as the dragon looks at you all, if you have anything else for me, speak now, or you guys can rest after your small ordeal.
I'm gonna say Lex is very much reeling from a lot of revelations and a very, very long day. He's pretty exhausted. I'm gonna collapse if I'm given the opportunity to.
It's like, you can rest now. Brilliant.
Yep. Instantly.
Corvus is, just as a reminder, not within this space. He is fucked off outside to get some air.
Is he gonna rest outside?
We don't know.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Saf is actually gonna go ahead and approach Serenity.
Are you close enough that I can hear you?
Huh?
Are you within hearing distance from me?
Yeah, sure. To Saf's mind, you're asleep, so like.
Serenity will have just found a place to sit and kind of rest her back against. So as she sees you kind of approaching, she just pats the floor next to her. Oh, come sit with me for a minute. I'm tired.
Saf kind of sits down and pulls up her legs in like a half lotus position, and kind of like similar to how they would usually sit when they were kids. And
Serenity will kind of lean her head on your shoulder a little bit.
Just right there, and just gives it just a minute to breathe. They did not have a quiet for a while, and for the first time, kind of, sort of, yeah, like on one hand, yeah, they're kind of in a dragon's lair, but on the other hand, it's the first time nothing is actively trying to kill them. So,
Yeah.
we'll
Right.
take it where we can.
We'll take the peace.
We'll take the peace. Got it. The first time we need to have to find peace in this campaign is in the middle of a fucking dragon cave.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's episode 7 in the middle of a dragon's horde. That's us.
Yeah. And then finally she kind of just speaks. Just, are you hurt?
I'm feeling a lot better than I was a while ago.
Good. You really had me worried there when they tried to separate us.
Yeah, not our best moment, that's for sure.
So, I know how we got here. How did you and Lex end up in the cave?
So we were captured, we were traveling back. It seemed like they were taking us to, I'm guessing, prison. But we never quite made it before the dragon kind of just appeared and took us here, just about instantly teleported us, so I couldn't tell you much more than that, unfortunately. I'm not for sure.
Do you think the dragon is a friend?
I'm gonna kinda... Is he still around?
He is actually sitting a little ways away from you. He's actually at the desk, and he's actually looking through scrolls like he's looking for something.
I'm just gonna kind of watch him for a second. You know, I don't know if I could say, you know, that most of my friends I'm afraid of, but, I think a temporary ally is probably the best way to describe him. What do you think?
Fair.
I, for one, don't think we're in any state to test him, if that's the question.
We can always try. That'll be a very fun way to leave this world.
You kind of see Serenity look down and, just in the palm of her hand, kind of conjure some fire that she starts playing with.
The moment you do this, I kind of put the hand over yours, just like, I was kidding.
And I kind of just look at you incredulously, just like, note. And she kind of holds up the fire, and you, knowing her very well, can tell that this fire is considerably weaker, showing that she's just very exhausted. I don't think we're in any state to win said fight. And usually when we pick fights, we like to win.
You're not wrong. I just keep thinking about everything we just found out, and if the monsters are really gone, that would be nice.
It's hard to imagine that that's a reality. It seems like we've for so long been plagued by them. To imagine what it'd be like now without them? It's hard to imagine. What else would I... What... Well, I'm sure there's always plenty of things I can find to rebel against, but that's usually been our number one... It's been our number
just
one...
Just, like, very tired, and Saf just like, I'm sure you do.
It's my favorite thing to do, you can't fault me.
Yep.
But what do you think of everything we've learned?
I just want us to be safe. I just want things to be okay. For us to not try and survive, but actually live for once.
Serenity is going to kind of take your hand and kind of hold it close to her for a moment. If everything really is as the dragon says, finding that reality may not be impossible anymore. What fun we could have.
Fun we will have. Saf kind of just looks around and then just frowns for a second. Do you want to check up on Corvus real quick?
somebody probably should. And looking over at Lex passed out, I don't think Lex is gonna be able to.
Do you want
And
Yeah.
I will say, Lex is not sleeping, he's just thinking.
to?
It might appear that he's sleeping, but I am fully conscious. I am just
Are you listening to
thinking.
the conversation?
Tangentially.
Roll a perception check for me.
Absolutely.
You notice that they are in fact tired.
Yes, they are in a yes.
You need to roll anything but a nat 1 to notice this.
They are indeed sisters. Perception.
You overhear
21.
they are not talking in whispers. It's semi easy to overhear most of what they say.
Yeah, I'll go check on him. You keep an eye on Lex and our new ally, I suppose.
Don't worry, if you hear a loud explosions, that means everything is going according to plan.
When you say you're gonna go check on Lex, or when you say you're gonna go check on Corvus, Lex is just going to speak up in sort of a hushed tone, say, "After you're done speaking to him, can you tell Corvus I need to speak to him?"
Yeah, of course. And I will get up and look to the right where you had went a moment ago, and then follow in your path.
So if you go right, so you would have seen Corvus come back because that was a dead end.
Yeah. So I just kind of look to the right, see the dead end. All right, and turn and go to the left.
I guess after a bit of travel, you would see Corvus sitting on probably like a large rock. We got our gear back, yes?
Yes, you do have all of your gear back. Because he retrieved it while he was transporting you back.
Brilliant.
I'm not sure how he did, but he did. All of your gear is with you.
Cool. Yeah, Corvus is just sitting on a large rock up on like a high rise, sort of looking out towards the horizon, his glaive stuck into the ground beside him. And for many of the interactions you've had with Corvus and the usual look of just hilarity and wonder on his face, he looks very pensive this time.
You said he's sitting on a high rock?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna very exhaustedly clamber onto said rock. Usually also with a pep in my step, I would just bound up a rock, but today it's a task to get where you've found yourself. And I'm gonna come. You can hear me, by the way. As I'm tired, not quiet, you hear me kick rocks off the side.
I have a question. Time of day.
As you came out, it was when you guys were running from them. It's morning, so it's probably about noonish.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So we should genuinely have points of exhaustion right now, yeah?
No. No. If you guys rest now, you won't take the exhaustion. If you wait a whole lot longer, you'll get your point.
Yeah.
We're on the verge. Good.
You guys are right at the edge of where you're going to start taking exhaustion.
Okay. Yeah. Corvus, hearing you come up, he won't turn to face you because he's just thinking, but instead we'll just say, "Am I being summoned? Have we learnt anything else world-changing?"
She's not gonna respond right away. She's gonna finish climbing the rock and then gonna come sit by you. And as she does, oh, you have me tired today. No, nothing earth-shattering. I wanted to check in. How are you holding up? I know that was a lot.
And with like a slow single nod, Corvus is just, yes, it was. In the span of 2 days, my city that I was sworn to look over with Lex burnt to the ground. We discovered a magic book. Found out our church is false. And are now expected to bring about the re-emergence of a new age. Roll credits. And, um, I take solace in rigidity and routine. Though I like adventure, I like travel, I like new sights. There is a certain anchor and comfort in knowing that what I fight for will always be the same. And that has not changed. Do not think. But the guide who I thought showed my blade true, I do not know who they are anymore. I do not think. And he'll kind of look to you and just, I suppose what I'm saying is my world has turned upside down, Serenity.
You are handling it spectacularly well, if I may say. I know that
I
that
tried
doesn't.
I tried to punch a dragon. I wouldn't say that. Oh,
You
well.
could have done far, far worse. Thankfully, he seems to be very understanding of your plight. But I think if that is the worst, I could only imagine if I were in your situation. I would have tried far more and gotten in far more trouble. I think that you have done overwhelmingly well with what you've been given. And I think that it may seem like you've lost so much, but from what I've gotten to know about you, I don't think that you've lost the core to who you are. You're a kind, gracious person who looks after others and who has attempted to keep the city safe, and you've kept so many of us safe despite. You can't fault yourself for not being able to defeat a dragon. Or defeat whatever else the hell is happening here.
God, yeah. um,
You've done well, all that to say.
My fault, you two are so cute.
Corvus will just reach a hand out to Serenity and just give it a very like appreciative squeeze, and just be like, "Thank you. Your words are kind." But make no mistake, and he'll kind of lean in and kind of like peer into the cave where they came from, and then look back at you, his face quite close, and just be like, I have every intention of defeating that dragon. I will kill him. In the name of just vengeance. He took lives today. Innocent lives. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. My glaive will see that vow done.
And may I
Holy
say, and may I say, I have no idea how, but I have the utmost confidence that you will fulfill that vow.
If nothing else, I am true to my word. How are you and your sister holding up?
I am just honestly quite tired. I wish more than anything else I could see what's going on in my sister's head, but that's never been a gift I've had.
The interaction you two had earlier, yesterday, about certain revelations. How is that? Where do you stand?
To be honest, I've tried not to think about it because I don't know what to do with it. I've never known my sister to lie to me or keep me in the dark. If anything, she's always looked out for my best interest and been honest with me, so it's a side of her I haven't seen before. But that doesn't stop me loving her, and I have to find it in me to look past it. I just haven't figured out how yet.
Look past it. And he'll kind of look back out to the horizon and just go, perhaps our situations are not so different.
As you look off into as you come outside, it's midday. You happen to look over, and you're in a very mountainous area. There are lots of mountains around you, so you really can't see. You can barely see over the top of the rise behind you. You can see the darkness in the foreground.
Okay. So the darkness is still there.
Darkness is still there. All the way around the island, all of the islands. It's huge, but you can still see it because it's, hundreds of thousands of feet in the air.
Okay. Corvus is just like, he said what he said, and he goes, an institution that I trusted with my entire being supposedly has lied to me as well. But I do not think I could forgive or look past such a transgression. And he looks at you and he's like, perhaps this is why you are a better person than I.
I don't know if I'd argue that.
And Corvus is just like, what do you think our next actions are? Should we escort you back to the circus? Find your people.
As much as I would love to see my circus again and go back, the rebel in me knows that there's work to be done, and I can't just sit by. I mean, we need to figure out what this book is and what's happened. I just feel like we're missing too many puzzle pieces right now. It would be nice to have more information.
Games of mystery are not games I typically enjoy. I am much more of a doer than a thinker. But yes, I concur.
I'm hoping that Lex and Saf can offer some guidance too.
I will trust Lex's judgment without fail. He is much smarter than I. But it does baffle me. That's where Corvus stops. This is where Frank will continue to talk. It baffles me that there is a magic book, but at the start of this series, we saw a whole fucking library of them. The church was collecting these from somewhere, from something. So my frank speculation is that they must be fakes. That's it. They have to be fake books. Da-da-da-da-da. Anywho, back to Corvus. Perhaps rest will be best.
I think if nothing else, it won't hurt, and I think maybe we can come up with some better ideas well rested.
Yes. What? He looked to Serenity and just go, what is your goal now?
Protect the people.
Protect the people.
Something terrible seems to be happening, and lots of innocent lives have been lost, and I'd like to assist as best I can in not losing any more. I'm tired of the bloodshed. So if that involves protecting this book, or helping the dragon, or, say, going against the dragon, I don't know. But figuring out what's happened and protecting the innocents are what I've always aspired to do, and I shall continue with that, and protecting my sister where possible. What about you?
I think your goal is noble. I do not know what my goal is. I've never really had one. It was just do my duty as an acolyte and go wherever Lex went.
Well,
Keep Lex safe.
There's a time for everything, is there not? What would you like your goal to be?
Kill a fucking dragon.
Quite the first goal you have.
I think so. And Corvus will grab his glaive and point it at the darkness. And he's just like, and maybe cut that to ribbons as well. And then he'll twirl, put it on his back, and just be like, but I'm in no fighting shape right now.
No. We should get some rest. But before we do, I know Lex asked me to tell you that he'd like to speak with you.
In private?
I don't know. He just said that he wanted to speak with you.
Oh. Perhaps it's better he come here, outside of the cave where no one is listening.
I can send him your way. I'll send him here quickly so that we can all get some sleep, though, because we're all due some rest.
Very well, I will wait here then.
Okay.
And he's like, done. I just put the glaive on my back. Now I have to...
And as Serenity starts to clamber down the rock, she'll pause for just a second, kind of turn back to you and be like, Corvus?
Yes?
I do enjoy talking to you, and you lighten my mood. And so I'd like to just say that I appreciate it. And then she'll clamber down the rocks.
As you get to the bottom, Corvus is going to be like, Serenity. And he'll nod and just be like, I too enjoy your company.
Oh. Ships.
Ladies and gentlemen, that ship has sailed.
While you guys are having this conversation, we skip back into the cave, and as you walk out, a few moments later, as Saf is sitting there kind of by herself, and you are laying in the on your bedding that was just you threw down on your bedroll, the dragon picks up. You watch as the dragon picks up a scroll that he'd been looking for, and he taps it on his finger a couple times, and he walks over to you, Saf. Maybe this will help.
Specifically not touching it, she's like, what is this?
A scroll.
No,
Any more details about it?
Yeah, change it.
Yeah,
A
thank
scroll, really.
It will help you contact someone to maybe make your next steps.
Before
to you.
taking it, she kind of glances towards Lex, knowing that he's been listening to his conversation with Serenity. He's probably hearing this too.
Yeah, he hears it.
Seeing the nod, she reaches over and takes the scroll. Thank you.
I'm kind of spent, so I am going to rest. And as he turns around, he begins walking away, and he slowly gets bigger and bigger until there is
As
a ancient a red worm standing in front of you and climbing up onto the gold.
Saf was going to ask him a question, but seeing that he's already resting, she's like, you know what? Probably not
no.
good to bother a dragon.
He turns back towards you as you said that. Kind of his head just kind of reaches around and looks at you.
Forgive me, this whole time I've been trying to understand, why are you trying to help us?
And in a very booming voice now, he says, because now he's in dragon form.
Wait,
Because
he just
why
he just
wouldn't
turned into a
I?
dragon.
As
Yes,
he was
just
walking,
went
he
into
was
full form. He was walking
Oh.
away and walking back up on top to rest.
On the
his-
horde. I thought he was like in.
on his
My bad,
horde.
my bad.
No, he was walking back up onto his hoard of gold to lay down.
Gotcha.
And he looks as he looks back, and you ask him that. He's like, because any reasonable being would. And he lays down, and he blows a little bit of fire underneath to melt a little bit of the gold, so he gets comfortable and lays down.
Saf, more to herself, I'm not used to dealing with reasonable beings. Thank you. And then she turns to Lex.
He kind of opens an eye and winks at you, and then he closes his eye again.
Unexpected. Cute. Okay. She turns to Lex and is like, I know you're not sleeping.
I'm thinking
You're always thinking.
more than normal. And Lex will sit up and just sort of rub his temples. May I ask something of you?
I hope I can answer.
Whatever that scroll is that was given to you, I would ask that you wait to use it until we have more time to decide exactly what it is that we are trying to do here.
I agree.
Brain Lex, guy.
There he is, yep.
And second, how much do you trust me?
Oh, let's go.
How much do I need to trust you? I'm not used to trust to begin with, but the amount of times you did save my life already does give you a little bit more of a leeway.
I am learning more and more that trust is not to be given lightly, and that often we find ourselves trusting in things that do not treat it with the proper respect. In the coming days, I may ask some very unreasonable things of you and your sister. I would like any trust that you give me to be honestly given, and I understand if you cannot trust me. All I ask is that you hear me out.
I promise to hear you out, but I cannot promise to agree with things that you will be proposing. If at any point they will endanger Serenity, I will have to be in your way.
A sort of smile creeps across Lex's face, and he leans closer to you and says, because we're still pretty separate, but he just
Yeah.
leans closer in and says, if you had agreed to trust me before you even knew what it was that I was going to ask of you, then I would not trust your judgment.
Glad we're on the same page.
And then he'll just sort of sit back and say, when your sister returns, I must speak with Corvus. And I will wait. I will wait.
As you finish that statement, Saf is actually going to extend and give the scroll to you. Maybe you'll make more sense of it than I do for now.
I will take it, and I will say, and I actually won't say anything. I will just nod and put it in my pack. And with that, I will say,
you're not even going to see what's on the scroll.
not yet. Because here's the thing, is that I trust these three to a degree. I trust Corvus a lot. I trust the two of them. I don't trust the dragon. I'm a suspicious individual. I don't know. Magic scrolls. I'll wait until I'm in a safer environment and with all of us here to look at it.
We're torturing the DM. That's what's happening.
Sorry, DM.
She prepared it all for us. We're like, nah,
You
we're
gotta
not gonna see it
understand.
yet.
Lex's entire worldview has just been shattered, and he is very low on trusting anybody right now.
I completely understand.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all of your worldviews have literally been shattered.
Exactly.
About everything that you knew.
I love Serenity's opening line of, how are you? Bruh, not good.
Yep.
Like, what the hell just happened? A moment later, Serenity comes walking back in without Corvus.
Is he well?
As well as you can probably expect him to be. But he is waiting for you. She'll say with kind of a half-hearted bow towards the open door, as she will just flop into Saf's lap.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh. Lex will stand up and go to find Corvus. And if you're... I don't know, how closely are you watching him as he leaves?
I'll be watching.
Same.
Whereas before he seemed very tired, well, his countenance is still tired. He's moving as if he has a lot of energy all of a sudden. Very much moving with purpose.
That's an idea walk if I've ever seen one.
And I will go and find Corvus.
Oh, God. I don't know why I'm suddenly so nervous.
Moments later, you emerge and you see Corvus outside the cave, sitting up on top of a large rock.
Can I go back in the cave and come back out so I re-emerge out of the cave?
Nice.
Credits.
It's
Roll credits.
I am the re-emergence, I say.
Corvus is like, what does that even mean?
I will just, without saying anything, so you're sitting on top of a rock, correct, Corvus?
Mm-hmm. And he's just looking out. His glaive beside him.
What I will do is I will simply walk to climb up to the rock without saying anything, stand next to Corvus, arms folded. And then, without saying anything at the same time, take out from my pack all of my religious iconography, all of my pamphlets, and just throw them off of the cliff. And then I will turn to Corvus and say, Corvus, for as long as I can remember, or at least for as long as I can remember making choices, you and I have served Hoar. We dedicated our souls to him. We dedicated our lives to him. And yet, there has always been a struggle, a turmoil in me. I believe in vengeance. I believe in justice. And spreading my arms wide, I will say, but look at the world we find ourselves in. No matter how we struggle, no matter how we fight, we cannot find vengeance. We stand now in the cave of one who slaughtered countless in a city we were meant to protect, and we are powerless to do anything against him. For long in my life, I believed I was powerless, that all I could do with my life is do all that I could to tip the scales a little more into how it should be. When I learned that the church was false, at first I was angry. I felt that the leadership had betrayed me and they had betrayed my God. But now I learned that, and he will gesture towards the cave, if my God is what is inside of Saf, then my God has betrayed me. I believe in what I believe. I believe in vengeance. I believe in justice. But now I think the only one in this world that I can truly trust is you. You have been with me every step of the way. At first, I was angry. I was angry at my God. I was angry at my church. I was angry at the world. But now I rejoice, for I have learned that if there is no justice in this world, I will become justice. If the gods have betrayed their ideals, then I will hold fast. If all the gods of this world fight against me, if every king and every man stands in my way, I do not care. I will become justice. We hold now in our hands an actual way to make change in this world. We hold in our hands the way that we can become gods, and we can make it so that every wish we have fulfilled, we can become justice. My brother, and I will reach out a hand towards him. Will you stand with me? Will you come with me to the very precipice of this world, fight every god and every king, and live the ideals we have said for so long?
There is a lull as the pamphlets dance within the wind of the cliffside. Corvus is silent, and his head bowed, and goes, "It is funny, brother. I am, despite being a man of the cloth, I have never truly won to believe in fate. But surely it must. It must exist if our minds are to synchronize so easily. When I left the cave, the last thing I did was to look at the book for instructions on how to ascend." And he starts to rise from his seated position, and he's like, "But I do not want such a mantle." And he'll turn to you, eyes strong and filled with conviction, and goes, "I thought and felt the same. The anger in me boiled, and I didn't know who had wronged me. It felt like everyone, and I feel powerless when I know I am not. But divinity will change that. And it is as you say. There is no one I trust more complicitly than you." And he'll take your arm and just be like, I will see you, Lex, as the true god of just vengeance, and I, your instrument, your weapon to bring it forth.
Okay, so
And-
I was not expecting Frank to be the sane one in this one, and then he turned around and just now flipped it on its head.
And
Never mind.
This is no.
I will reach out and take the book from you, and just at least now do a cursory look through the beginning. And I'm assuming I glean about the same that Frank did, that it's instructions beyond my comprehension, but the first step is to imprison a god.
Yeah, so the very first step is literally how to imprison the god, what the ritualistics you have to do to create the cage, and what you have to do to actually have the god basically transported in, and they can't
Yeah.
get out. Any being that's once inside this cage it's impenetrable. They cannot get out unless someone lets them out.
Lex will hand the book back to Corvus and will just begin to laugh. Rejoice, my brother. It seems that fate itself is on our side, as the first and hardest step has already been completed for us. Not only has the god we wish to supplant been trapped, but we hold with us the very vessel in which it is trapped and a connection to it. And I feel that she will understand us.
So
Yeah.
Paige, we're running, right? We gotta like go, yeah? Like
Maybe
we gotta.
hang on.
I never saw the evil arc.
Whoa. This is
You were
not
supposed
evil.
to be the good
This
guy.
is not evil.
we are
This is
we are the
vengeance.
good guys.
And this
Are
is
you?
justice.
We are.
Oh
We are
my
here to
god!
fix the problems.
Facts.
You-
Genuinely, literally in the last episode when we were watching the recap, Corvus is already in Frank's head was, yeah, we're taking the mantle because these guys suck. They cannot rule as
Oh, yeah.
gods, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And so earlier Caleb was just like, "Hey," and I'm like, so, "You don't have to say anything else. I'm already on the same page."
Okay, Paige, we
Wait.
need to beat some sense into these guys. Like this is not good. No.
Hold up.
No.
Hold up. We are still in scene. Corvus, hearing
Still in
that,
scene. Still in scene.
will stand up, rifle through his own bags, grab his own set of pamphlets, look at Lex, and just be like, "So treason then."
Who are we to commit treason against? We have already been betrayed by the gods. We have already been betrayed to everyone. There is no treason if there is no authority higher than us.
Corvus is then just like, he's like,
Roll credits. I don't.
what's it called?
I'm lost. I don't even know what to do now.
At that, Corvus goes, "Higher than us? No, that doesn't sound quite right." And he'll throw the pamphlets, spin his glaive, place it down on the ground as he'll kneel, and he'll just be like, "I have never been one for leadership. As I told Serenity earlier, I am not much of a thinker. I am a doer. And so whatever it takes to see the world that we desire, I know it will be your brain that places us there. And it will be my glaive that cuts the road open for us."
And I will put a hand on his shoulder and say, no matter what happens, no matter what comes our way, we will always be equals. And I always expect you to keep me accountable and keep me on the path that I need be on. And if I ever deviate from it, if I ever step from just vengeance into unrighteousness. I expect you to take your glaive and sever my head from my body.
Corvus will pull up the glaive. He will stand up, face you, put a hand on your shoulder, and just be like, every god needs a champion. And I shall be the new god of vengeance. And he's, what's called, he places it, hand on his shoulder, we're both looking out at the horizon, and just be like, to a new world then, brother.
To a new world.
Cutscene back into the cave.
Like,
After
something's going on. Something ain't right.
now. Okay.
What do you mean?
I-
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
I think they know what to do now.
Nothing.
Hey, Serenity, should we maybe leave right the fuck now?
Nothing's changed, bruh.
I mean, you did not hear any of that conversation.
Yeah, I know,
so-
I know. That's the part that worries me the most.
Okay.
This is fine. No, it's not. It's very much not. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. So what are we up to?
I was gonna say,
Actually-
if you guys need help, we can make our way back at that point.
Yeah.
I do
Okay.
want maybe half a second just with Serenity because I feel like
cool.
Staff would check in with her, just like, hey, how'd the
Yeah.
conversation with Corvus go? Like that whole thing. Just yeah, casually, not thinking she's about to get fucking sacrificed to the new god
Whoa,
of
whoa, whoa.
justice.
Whoa, relax.
Okay.
You know what? I really want to see you try and convince Sap that this is a fucking good idea. I
Or
really do.
Serenity, honestly. We'll see how
Really?
this
Just
goes.
like-
This is a great idea, bro. What do
This
you
is the best
mean?
idea ever.
God, this is
Oh,
gonna be
no.
okay.
Put it this way. Put it
I
this way.
cannot-
Would you rather put your faith in people you know can action and do things, or fuckers who've just been fluffing about and lying to everyone? You called it at the start. You're like, this church is false. Well, guess what? We're doing something about it.
But did
Are
your
these
but
the
did
two
your god actually lie? But the question is did your god actually lie to you?
Incorrect. It doesn't matter what
It
they
doesn't matter.
actually did. It's how they made us feel, bruh.
It's not even what they actually did, right? It's look at the world around us, right? Vengeance is not being carried out. Justice is not being served. It matters
That
not what
is
they
true.
say. It matters not what truth they said. I will make it happen, and
Yeah.
they are not doing that.
Villain arc! Villain arc! This is how it fucking starts! Oh my god. Okay.
So anyway,
okay.
So back into
you
it.
guys are sitting there.
So
You guys are
let me
sitting
let me
there
let me
as
calm
they're
down. 'Cause
having this
Staff is
conversation outside.
calm for the first time right now. Okay, let her.
Sorry, I'm about to ruin
You're
that.
not.
Probably.
Girly!
Girly is.
Girly cannot catch a break. Just like Serenity, they're just always some shit's happening. So Saf
Always.
kind of just approaches and just with a a half smile, knowing what she's about. She's like, "So how did conversation with Corvus go?"
He asked me something that I want to ask you. I don't know what to make of it. I
What is that?
answered, but I'm questioning whether or not I... He asked what the goal is. What's our goal now? What is our goal now, Saf? What do we do? What do you think?
I don't think anything has changed. Just try and find some sort of peace. Find a home where we can be safe, where we can see what the world has to offer without needing to fight it every step of the way.
How do we get there?
Oh, we'll show you.
I bet you will, huh? Yeah, I bet you will, huh? I feel like the moment she asks is the perfect time for you guys to walk back if you're planning to walk back.
Well,
Yeah, well,
it'll be
yeah,
a minute or two.
Yeah,
because,
it'll be a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We had a
they,
pretty
they,
long,
they have
pretty
they
decently
have
long
throwing
conversation.
stuff
That
out,
is-
and
Hmm.
it was a
That is
it was
fair,
a
that is
Standing
fair.
in silence,
Littering
looking at the
outside.
horizon.
There.
Oh
Well,
my god, we are littering.
you were litter. How dare? Where's
Yeah, good way to start.
justice? Call for
First step,
justice.
Frank. The first step is community service.
It's gonna take him 20 minutes to
my
pick all that
God.
shit up. So we got some time.
Yeah, it's Corvus with his glaive just going, huh, huh, huh.
One's all the way up in a tree, stuck in the
Mhm.
stuck in the
Just
top of
like,
the
oh.
tree. It takes an hour to get up.
Yep. So, Saf just kind of thinks, just the first step would be to maybe find the circus again. You were happy there.
Oh, I do miss it immensely. Oh, I love the circus. I'm gonna miss our town, though. I feel like I was finally able to start making a difference there. But I
You know,
don't think we'll be welcome there anytime soon.
every town you visit, we get chased out of sooner or later, so I think that's just one of our many
I
adventures.
don't think that's my fault all the time.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
Listen, it's not my fault that there's corruption, and that I can do something about it.
Yeah, but does it always have to be you?
Who else? I don't see that many other people standing up for the cause.
No. Corvus sure does, and I think Lexus too.
Maybe that's why I like them so much.
If you stick by their side, I don't think I'll be worried about you anymore.
Good.
No matter
You
what
need
happens.
not worry.
Okay? No matter what
I wish-
happens to me, just stick by their side, okay?
Where do you plan on going? Because obviously I'll stick by you first.
Don't worry about it.
I'm explicitly worried about it. I'm very,
Beautiful.
very actively worried about it. In fact, because of the way you said that, I'm actively worried about it.
Monsters are gone. You can try and find something that will be a good place for you. Either the circus or one of the towns you want to take over with your revolution.
A good place for us, Saf.
Serenity, I need you to be prepared for anything.
I've said
Please.
this for years. I think that you're more worried than you need to be.
Serenity. This is why I couldn't tell you about the voice. Because I know you're gonna try to find a way out of this. There is no way out of this. Please. I just need you to be okay no matter what happens to me. That is all I ever care about. Please.
But it's not all I care about. And I am allowed to care about different things, Saf. I value you. And you're not allowed to tell me that I can't.
You can. But if you're gonna throw your life away just to help me, all of the work would have been in vain. Please.
I don't plan on throwing my life away, but I'm not intending on letting you do that yourself.
This is bigger than us.
What a cop-out answer to avoid having this conversation with me.
Fucking hell.
How are you planning to deal with this?
I don't have a plan yet. I was hoping to come up with
Exactly.
one with my sister. The way that we always have.
Right. This is not another bar fight. This is not another corrupt politician. This is a thing that has been in my mind as long as I can remember.
I don't think it needs to stay there, Saf. I think you've resigned yourself to it, and I think we can find a way.
No. No.
I'm not giving up. If that's what you're asking me, you're gonna have to ask something else.
You don't know what this thing is like.
I don't need to. I know that it causes you pain, and that's enough for me.
Saf turns around and starts walking deeper into the cave, tries to just calm herself down.
As you try to, she's gonna reach out and grab your wrist.
Ooh.
I need you to stop avoiding me and stop trying to walk away from these hard conversations.
And I need you to stop trying to save me.
And
Says the-
just as you say that, in a almost in a bit of a yell, the boys walk in.
Corvus like, ah! What is? How? I was expecting all of you to be sleeping.
Looking around, can we still see the dragon?
It is in full form. You see this great big huge red dragon sitting on top of a huge pile of gold. Seems to be sleeping.
Can I see if it's really asleep?
Roll a
Not-
perception check with disadvantage.
This is understandable.
How asleep is this dragon?
God, that was such a good line, Paige.
Ooh,
Was that a nat 20?
19 and a 21.
Let's go!
Ooh.
Your 3 nat ones are like the
Yes.
balance has been
My
restored.
suffering from last session is coming back, and I am getting my vengeance.
Let's
Good,
go, baby!
Take all the good rolls now.
So what is your total? 19 total.
19.
The dragon appears to be sound asleep.
I notice I can see pretty clearly that they're having an argument, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Corvus doesn't. Corvus
No, yeah,
doesn't
Saf kind of
at
just
all.
like rips her hand
You
out.
just
out of
heard
the
her
ring.
yell and rip her arm out of her hand and try to walk away.
Okay, tell you what. I'm gonna do it like this.
Do it.
I don't notice this at all.
Yeah.
Fair.
Great.
Even with your 8, you did hear it. You just
Yeah.
looked at the roll and it was already happened.
Fair. Lex will walk to the two of you, and with narrowed eyes at the dragon, I will just say, may you two join Corvus and I outside to discuss our next step.
Did you look at the scroll?
I have not. That will likely be a part of this.
Corvus in his Corvus is just like, we were just outside, brother. I could have.
I just want to put more of a distance between us and the dragon. I know they have very high perception, but, it doesn't hurt to be a little more careful.
I'm like, dude, you're trying to hide from a fucking dragon. Like, okay.
Right.
So-
I think it's just the simple fact of old habits die hard. When you want to have a conversation.
That is fair. That is fair. Saf kind of looks back to the dragon and then just. I thought he's trying to help us.
It never hurts to have conversations in private.
Right. Trust and all. Well, she looks to Serenity.
Good callback. Good callback.
We're not done with this.
I think we are. And she just starts to walk out.
Oof. I wish Corvus knew the context. I wish Lex knew the context behind that. Or your whole conversation, so it'd be like, well, I feel we have a solution that will help all parties. But
Now, do we? You
So
fucker.
we're like, we don't have pamphlets yet, but
That's step 2. To becoming
Step
God.
2.
Capture God.
How
Step
are you-
2. Print pamphlets.
Hey, we're
How are you at graphic design?
everyone there
Great.
watching, we're starting a cult. This is a cult that is starting now. Great. This is, oh my god. Okay.
Every
how you do
religion
it.
started as a cult. Anyway.
Right. It's only a cult
As-
until I actually become a god.
Exactly.
So Saf has turned around and is storming off the cult of the pamphlet.
Correct.
Everyone,
that's
yeah,
great.
everyone does. So as Saf turns around and kind of storms off out of the cave, who's following, and in what order?
I'm going.
You're going
Serenity's
next?
fuming.
Corvus will be like third place. I'm gonna just quickly insight check Serenity.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Smart,
to
smart.
see what
And
the
then-
go was with that.
Serenity, I need you to roll a perception check with advantage.
Ah.
Ooh.
Interesting. Perception, you say?
Yes.
I rolled a
Oh.
13.
19.
Nice.
19 and a nat 1, so I'll take the 19.
19.
So 20
Corvus
in
is
total.
just
Oh,
Corvus
and
is just trying to-
Rose just gave advantage to the next player.
Ooh.
Nice.
On their next
amazing.
I'm probably
Thank
gonna
you,
need some.
Rose!
I'm probably gonna need some persuasion checks here coming up. So I will. I appreciate
Oh, you're
that.
claiming? Yeah.
Corvus
Good
is
luck.
going
Good luck.
to with his insight, he just wants to try and clock if she's mad or sad.
Hmm.
Uh,
He rolled a 13.
a 13, great. On the surface, she looks furious because she's just been disregarded for the like 100th time now.
Facts.
But you can tell underneath all of it that she is just heartbroken that her sister won't talk to her.
You know what this is? This is Frozen right now. This is Elsa and Anna.
I'm Anna.
Mm.
Fucking listen to
And,
me! I just want to be heard! I'm trying to help
Whoa,
you!
as-
Do I need to
As
hurt
Corvus-
you in order for you to stop? Is that what's happening?
Okay, cool.
I
So
don't like that face.
as you kind of judge,
No.
as you kind of gauge her, you turn around and you begin walking out. I will also let you do perception. You do get it would be a disadvantage, but because you do Rose gave it to you, it'll be a straight roll because the advantage and the disadvantage cancel each other out, and it'll be a straight roll instead of a disadvantage. So perception check from you, Corvus.
I'm going to roll with disadvantage so Caleb can keep the advantage roll.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Look at
Uh,
my wingman.
I
That's
got
that's
you.
my champion right
That's
there.
the champion. Let's go. Disadvantage roll, baby.
Yep.
Oh, big numbers. 4 and a 5.
Nice!
Didn't see anything. You walk out of the room.
You could say
Serenity.
his eyes were stuck on Serenity for some reason.
For some
Trinity,
reason,
as you
motherfucker.
turn to walk out and follow the rest of them, you see out of the corner of your eye, the dragon kind of lifts one eye and shakes its head and puts his head back down.
Huh. I don't love that.
I do not love that.
No, not good. But
Gee,
I'll continue on.
our plan blowing up in our face? That's a new
Hmm.
one.
I'm gonna continue on following Corvus.
You all walk outside. You're standing outside the cave now.
I will, because we've all been meeting on the rock. I'll go and sit cross-legged on top of the rock.
Yeah, what's called as we're walking out. Corvus is just like, I know this. There's this really nice rock outside.
I gotta
Is there
climb
a
it
sword in it?
again. I've already climbed it once. I'm tired.
I'll reach out an arm for you to hold on to pull you up.
Oh, great.
And then I need Serenity. I need you just to make me a random wisdom saving.
What now?
Me? Okay.
Why?
Wisdom save. You got it. I'm
Yes, it is a
Oh.
red dragon.
6.
It's okay. Wait, the red dragon is doing something?
No.
You just
Red
said
dragon
it, you
is-
son of a gun.
No. Jade was asking if it was a red dragon. I said yes, it is a red dragon.
Oh, gotcha.
Suspicious.
6.
No. Somebody else. 6.
6.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you.
Ah!
Fuck.
I don't like that.
Fuck.
That's what I like
have
to hear.
anxiety now. Oh no.
I mean,
So-
Lex is just going to continue business as usual. He doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
No.
So Lex is sitting on the rock.
Yes.
Yes.
Corvus is now standing beside him, and Glaive just
Ugh.
beside him
Ugh.
as well.
Oh, is the rock the throne now? Is that what's
No,
happening
no,
That's-
here?
you're all
that's-
invited to come up on the rock.
Look, that's the image in my head, bro. That's the image in my head.
Mhm.
Oh, it's saucy.
I absolutely imagine Staff is like literally on the opposite end of the rock, not even planning to go up on it, just like looking
Now,
up
I
to the
will
picture.
I will ask something of you, Katya and Paige.
Yeah?
Okay?
Hmm.
Your characters know nothing of the conversation Lex and
No.
Corvus and I had, right?
Right.
Absolutely
We'll
none.
go into this with the way that you thought of Lex and Corvus before. Okay?
Okay,
Give them
perfect.
as much
Give
grace
them a
as your
chance.
characters would have given them already. Yes.
Right.
So, Lex will just, sitting on the rock, will look at the two of you across from him and just sigh deeply. Saf, Serenity. I know you have not traveled with us long, but in the time that you have traveled with us, we've seen many injustices. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is wrong with the world we live in?
Oh, let's go, Caleb.
Is this an actual question that you'd like us to answer?
As best you can.
I mean, there are many problems with the world. I mean, the monsters that come out tonight come to mind very obviously. From my own personal viewpoint, I think that a lot of corruption comes from the high-ups, from the rich, and from those who exploit the poor. Why?
Corvus agrees.
Yes. Saf?
Saf kind of just looks to Serenity and then back to Lex. And after a moment of thought goes, it's the fact that too many beings, thinking or not, believe that they have the right over this world.
Oh, like that.
Okay, I can work with this. I can
I
work.
like that. I like that.
And I would Lex will just sort of lean in a bit and say, if you were to ask me that question, the answer I would give is everything. At every level of society, there is injustice being carried out for which there is no recourse. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Where is this going?
Bear with me. I am calling on you now for that favor of hearing me out.
So soon.
What do you think that we can do about the fact that everything is wrong about the world?
Very little.
Sounds like you have an idea.
Before I get into what I think we should do next, I have one more question for each of you. Saf, what do you want most? If we cannot do everything, if we cannot fix every problem, what do you want to do? What is within your power to fix?
Within my power? Nothing. There's nothing within my power that I can do, because my power lies in destruction and pain. But what I want to do is I want to be able to create a place where no one is gonna need the power that I possess anymore.
Serenity?
I wish to protect the innocent and to give them the freedom to have that innocence.
say you had the ability to fix things, to protect the innocent, to protect your sister, would you?
With everything in me.
Corvus smiles.
I think, and I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from here, that my very God has betrayed me. If, and I will look to Saf, the God who I was misplaced serving is the one in your head, I think we can both agree that they have no right to possess the power that they have. And that were they free, and were they allowed to do as they choose, as so many who are in power now, they would not use it properly.
You're correct. The world would be missed as it was before, if they are to be freed.
And sort of reaching behind, because I never gave back the book. I've still been holding on to it. I will just take the book and place it in front of me and say, I told you I was going to ask unreasonable things of you. And I know what I will ask will sound preposterous, will sound insane. All I ask is for you to think about it before you give me your answer. Give it a night's rest, give it a week's thought, give it a year's thought if you need. For the decisions I think we will make now, because of our possession of this, means the entire world's fate hangs in our hands, whether or not we like it to be that way. And if you choose to run, if you choose to leave and trust your fate to this world that so far has only wronged you at every turn, if you think that if we do nothing, you will be able to live out your lives in happiness, then you are a more optimistic fool than I. I have been an optimistic fool for long, but I think both of you are in the position to recognize that if we do not do anything, the world itself will take everything you love from you, and it will make the process painful.
Oh God, Caleb.
I propose that we have a unique opportunity in our hands. Everything is wrong with the world, and we are powerless to do anything about it. But therein lies the ruse. They want us to believe we are powerless. Those in power want us to sit back and do nothing, to live out our lives, pretending that things will get better. But we have the ability to seize that power ourselves, to ourselves take and enact justice. If those in charge of this world, if the gods that sit atop of it, allow such injustice to occur, what right have they to have their power? Saf, you have lived your life being tricked and being exploited by the being that lives in your head. In your moment of weakness, it came to you, and it offered you no alternative but to give your life serving something wicked. Serenity, you want your sister to live a life free of that thing. You want her to be happy. You want her to be free. We can do this. I propose that we take that being's power and we make it our own. That we become gods, and that we turn this world into something that is truly just. That we enact vengeance against all those who have wronged us, all those who have wronged the world, and we make things right. And I can promise you that if this very long and very difficult journey comes to an end, you and your sister will be able to live forever. And you will be safe, and you will be free. No one will be able to take things from you. No one will be able to tell you what to do. And you will be beholden to no one.
What's your wisdom?
Mine?
Yeah.
18.
Great. Before I go any further, are we okay with a very small PvP?
Uh, before that happens, Corvus is going to just quickly add, at that final word from um, Lex, Corvus is going to stamp his glaive, just on the ground, and just be like, Lex and I now know our course. As he said, please think on it. You have your individual goals, your collective goals, and neither of them necessarily have to align with ours. I offered this to Serenity before. Should you decide otherwise, I will personally see to your safety back to the circus or wherever it is you wish to go. We can part ways, but know this. The world you live will treat you as unkind, as unjust, and you will not be offered any comfort. He'll look to you, Saf, and just be like, the voice in your head will continue to whisper, continue to poison you, and continue to rot your spirit and hurt your sister. And he will look to Serenity, and his eyes soften a little and just go, and the people you wish to save will die without any form of justice. The path ahead that Lex and I wish to travel is not one of perfection. People will die. But the God of just vengeance is a God after the fact. Consider this opportunity in front of you now. And by my red blade, and he'll pull the bandage off his glaive and just like kind of point it out at everyone's feet and just be like, this glaive, my brother beside me, will be this world's salvation.
And like I said, I do not expect you to answer now. In fact, I think it would be unwise to answer now, as what I have asked you is enormous, and what I have asked of you is enormous and seemingly impossible. And even if you wish to travel with us, you do not need to fully commit to the cause that I am on. This will likely take years, this will likely take momentous effort. If I have not proved myself to you, if my brother has not proved himself to you, then travel with us and watch what we do. Watch how we act, and watch how we pursue our ideals. If you are not convinced now, I will spend all the time until I have achieved my goals in convincing you.
You see Saf's hand shakes as she kind of looks down for a moment. You're right. It would be foolish to answer this right now. But it would be more foolish to let you rot in your desperate stupidity. And she's going to reach out a hand. I'm going to go ahead and cast Cause Fear on Lex because motherfucker, get your shit together. Wisdom save, please, buddy.
As you begin to cast, you hear in a very booming voice above you, enough. And a very large dragon pops into existence just feet above you.
How do you do that?
Just hovering.
Teleport.
He teleported outside of his own cave.
Um, just before that happens, if that's okay, as Saf is about to attack, I'm going to reaction Sentinel attack. My glaive is already out, and I'm going to place a blade against her throat.
Her
So
hand is still out.
Yeah. So it's literally
Yeah.
hand out,
Yep.
glaive, yeah, like that. But Corvus is already in the way, and he's just
Yep.
like,
Oh, I wish I had
He
more
doesn't-
time to read.
Oh,
But
What's
somebody,
good? Yeah,
somebody draw this,
doesn't-
please. This is so
what's
cool.
good? He doesn't say anything, but it's a standoff, and with I feel like both sides full ready to commit to
Oh, yeah.
whatever it is, bro.
Oh yeah,
Um,
darling, bring it on. This is
what's
gonna be
good?
fun.
Corvus is just like, careful.
and if I have a moment, I will reach out my
You-
hand.
As you have a moment, as the dragon, this huge dragon appears and just says enough.
Yeah, I think at that point that would have been a really
Yeah,
good
that's the
enough.
point.
As we've got like weapons drawn, bro. And Corvus will be the first one to pull away, and is just
Well, I was gonna actually
And
put my
what
hand
do
up
you
and
do?
push your glaive away.
Ah, nice.
And
Okay.
as he pushes the glaive away, I will stare directly into Saf's eyes and say, "I fear no test you wish to put me through."
It was not a test.
And you hear from above you as you say that, "Do not test me, child."
ooh. Ugh. What's his name? Kadim? Kadra. Kadra the dragon.
Kadra is the dragon's name.
Kadra the dragon. That I'll kill. You're on my list,
Okay.
bitch.
Yep.
He looks at you and says, as he begins to slowly descend, and he takes human form again. I am exhausted. I do not have time for childish game. As he steps literally in between you both and just pushes you both to the sides.
I will step back with it. I
Corvus
won't,
will
like,
also
fight
step
against
back.
it. And at this point, I have also
looks
I will
at-
reach down.
He looks to his left to you, Lex. Do you really want to play a game with the gods?
You call it a game. I do not call the endless lives and sufferings of every mortal on this plane a game.
Corvus will add, but even if it were, we find ourselves already playing.
Yes, but you do not want to play on that level. You are but bugs. I could crush you, and I would be crushed by a god. Do you not understand what you're dealing with?
No, they don't.
I understand that I have the chance to do something, and even if it kills
He
me,
puts out a paw. He puts out a paw, or out a hand, because it's not a paw anymore. It's a hand.
Is
a claw.
human?
yeah,
He puts out his hand and he says, "The book."
you will have to kill me for it.
Lex, give him the book.
I will look to Saf and I will say, I know what I said.
You're not gonna survive this. You do know that, right? If you want to live for the cause you just proposed, give the book.
For what purpose?
I'm gonna show you something.
Love
Probably too much for you to understand. But let me see the book. I don't want to kill you.
I will hold it out, but keep a hand on it.
And at the I don't want to kill you, Corvus under his breath, with probably the girls being able to hear because he's stepped to the side, is just like, I definitely want to kill you.
He does give you a side eye, and he completely ignores you. He takes the book and he pulls it towards him. Do you let go?
Can I glean? I know it would be difficult. Can I glean any indication of whether or not he intends to give it back?
You can roll an insight check.
That's an insight, baby.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is not.
And I'm going to roll that at advantage. Thank you very much, Rose.
That's
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Oh god, your wisdom would have been an advantage. Thank you for using it now.
Nice.
Not so nice.
Yeah, but you had advantage. It's fine. You're taking that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, I thought there was disadvantage for a moment. Okay, 19.
You get to take the two. You get to take the higher of the two. He seems to want. He seems like he's a dragon of his word. He will give it back.
Okay, then I will let him have it.
He takes the book. He waits for a second, and you hear him kind of mumble the words for the book. The book opens. And he begins to say something from it's not the page where the pages you've seen before. It's in a different area of the book, and he almost flips because he's seen this book before a long time ago. Flips to a page and begins to recite words
that we understand.
That none of you actually the only one that could possibly understand would be Serenity.
Oh, me.
Serenity, let's go, baby.
Okay. Would you like me to roll for that to understand?
Roll an Arcana check.
You're gonna tell us what you're gonna hear, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Probably depends on what it is.
15.
15. It is a very high level spell, but you can't glean what it's doing.
Okay.
And then as he begins and as he's chanting, and then he begins to draw on the ground in a chalk outline. And he's making some sort of pattern on the ground, but he's being very, very, very careful with all of his lines. They are all perfect. He draws them out. He closes the book and he hands it back. And he looks at all of you and says, "Step inside."
Serenity
I'll step
will
inside.
in.
Corvus will hesitate.
Same.
He looks at both of you and says, "Time is of the essence. It won't last forever."
I will look to Corvus and nod.
Corvus will look at Zaf, and though he doesn't say anything, his eyes narrow just slightly, and will step in.
Seeing
As you
his eyes
step
narrow,
in.
she winks.
And you've also so everyone's in
Mhm.
Yes.
inside the thing, or inside the thing he was drawing. Everyone steps in, and he finishes an incantation. And the world around you begins to twist and change, and the sun looks like it actually goes across the sky, but in the wrong way.
Mm.
And it starts to speed up. You watch as the sun starts to rotate, and it goes faster and faster. Has anybody seen what was the name of the TV show? The moon the superhero, the moon guy.
I know what you're putting down.
Moonlight.
Regardless, Corvus is
it's-
just gonna be like, I don't think this guy's meant to do that.
The time begins to reverse. and it starts going faster and faster and faster and faster, and you lose track of how many times that it is gone, the sun has gone back over the horizon. And all of a sudden it stops, and you are in this very large cathedral. And he looks and says, and outside the windows you can see these huge, absolutely gorgeous windows, and as you look off in the distance, all you see is a bright blue sky for as far as you can see, something none of you have ever seen in your lives.
So there's no darkness.
There is no darkness. And sitting in the middle of this huge like temple cathedral area, you see a man dressed in complete black. He is about 8 feet tall, and all you see is a hand reach out towards the book, and he is following directions. And he looks at his the person that's standing next to him, and he's getting things from him and whispering the things he needs, and the other person's running off to go get them off to the side and brings him to them, and he's making this huge looks like a some sort of potion, and he looks and says, "It's almost done. I will take it for once and for all, and I will be just vengeance."
Ah, this sounds like your boy, dude.
I was like,
It does.
Saf
It
kind
does.
of proudly, almost like she kind of gives her like a little proud smile, just like, cause every fucking person says these things, so like, yeah, yeah.
And you see this clawed hand as it reaches out and dips into it and into this potion, and he takes a big drink of this potion. And you see him standing there for a moment, and something doesn't seem right with what's happening to him, because he begins to shift and change, and he's like, something's wrong. And just as you watch as the person that was that was helping him drops something next to him, you're not sure what it was, and kind of looks, and there was a tiny pinch of something left in the jar, and it hits the ground and shatters all over the ground. There was not quite enough of something in the potion. And as he begins to shape, change, and morph, you see his hood comes back, and in front of you is what looks to be a dragon, but not a dragon. They're humanoid, but a dragon. You've never seen anything like this. It is
dragonborn?
a dragonborn that you've never seen. That's why there are no dragonborn in this world. And something you can just tell, his face begins to shift and change and starts looking like a huge troll.
Ah. So this is the start of the corruption.
As a huge boom bursts forward around him, knocking his friend off to the side, and he goes flying into the wall. Almost the same kind of boom that you guys saw in episode 1.
Okay.
And the same sort of thing, and just as you watch, the whole world begins to almost tilt, and you can almost feel like you're being pulled through time and space, the whole world that you know. And all of a sudden you look outside and you see what you've seen since you were born, the huge wall of black all the way around the chain.
Okay, cool.
And at that moment, you all are dragged back through time.
Corvus
And
laughs.
that was just missing one ingredient. One partial ingredient. A rookie mistake, but one that anyone can make.
Yes, that's exactly what's so amusing. The one who claims to be the god of just vengeance was an idiot.
And you'll just sort of see like almost a fire in Lex's eyes, where he will just nod and say, "So it could be done." I learned the wrong lesson from this, by the way.
Oh,
No,
God.
no, he was
Wait, same. It was good.
Okay.
In my head,
He
I'm
was-
just like, okay, so we're just gonna have to do the same thing,
But you don't
not
know
be
all of the
fucked.
steps
Oh my
that he
God.
went through
Not
to get to where he
yet,
was.
bro.
You just
Not
need-
yet. Give us a second.
You just
Oh, we're not doing this tomorrow. This is years.
Give us a second. We'll get there though.
Okay. Important question. Did Lex say this out loud?
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, now's the time to actually do that wisdom save, my boy. So,
Corvus definitely said what he said out loud though. Corvus definitely laughed and was
And
like,
he's-
the previous attempt was stupid because he fucked up.
Yeah.
No, it was actually the one that was helping him
Assistant.
fucked up
Yep.
for him.
You should
well,
double
did not
check.
get-
Yeah, exactly.
You should double check.
You should fucking double check. Get yourself a better assistant, bro. If you're ascending to godhood, you don't want to fuck up.
oh, you're saying you can do better. Is that what it is? Okay.
Bro, the new god's champion? Oh, ain't no way he'll fuck up.
Oh,
I'll double
Serenity?
check his work.
Just
It's fine.
a very minor mistake.
Serenity.
A tiny minor mistake totally destroyed the world.
Let's beat some sense into these fools so
And
they would not destroy whatever's left of it.
And that's totally, like, I wouldn't expect anything less than a minor. Honestly, I feel like even with success, there would be some kind of ramification.
Oh,
to the
absolutely.
decision made. So, like, a minor mistake ending the world, it's a price to pay.
price to pay.
And now you understand, and you actually watched as this creature turned into a troll.
Yep. Corvus goes, but if nothing else, that was insightful. I feel as if, and he'll look to Lex and just be like, I feel as if our course has not changed. If anything, I feel more convicted and resolved for what needs to be done. And he'll go, and Corvus will look to the Cadra,
Kadra.
to Kadra and just be like, that was the source of this corruption. Yes, this darkness that envelops us.
Yes.
Due to
And
a
it
fool's-
caused
due to a fool's error.
even the smallest mistakes can be made.
Yes. And
Especially when
Corvus is gonna- Corvus-
performing a ritual that took him almost 100 years to complete.
I would expect nothing less. And he will step forward and face Kadra and just be like, we will not make a mistake.
This is the point where you see Saf just go, oh my god.
Well, I'm gonna say tieflings live like 260 years, and I'm like 20. So like,
Hey, guess what?
We got
Guess what? Hey, guess what? You want to fix that average and live a lot shorter than that? You're going in the right track, my dude. Because I'm about to fucking kill you.
yeah,
Why?
Corvus, I keep calling myself Corvus. Lex.
Everyone's got a bit of Corvus
Yeah,
in him.
I wish I was Corvus.
Of course.
Everyone
Everyone
Lex
wants
will
to be
just
Corvus.
Lex will just nod and look at that and say, I do not think, if I am being honest, that it is likely that I will succeed. I think it is incredibly likely that I will not even get close to where he stood, nor have the opportunity to. But if I spend my life in the pursuit of this, and I fail, I have wasted my life. And he will look disdainfully at his feet, at the pile of discarded amulets. But how is that any different than the life I have been living already?
You would not
Corvus will
hurt thousands of innocent
Kadra
people.
Kadra kind of puts up a hand to shush everyone else. Yes. However, you fail, and more die. Do you not understand what the power of this spell does and the ramifications of what's an equivalent of a 15th level spell? Of a spell of a powerful enough spell to literally entrap a god. And you think you can wield that sort of power without any sort of ramifications to everyone around you?
If I may, please.
He looks at you.
Saf takes a step forward towards Lex and Corvus and kind of looks in between them, and there's no more anger in her voice that was there before.
As she steps, Corvus's hand tightens around his glaive.
She looks at you both and kind of just softly tries to speak from the heart, which is not something that she's very much used to. I cannot imagine how powerless you two feel right now. How hurt and lost and abandoned, and how used. I understand the impulse to take everything in your own hands, to just make things right there, right then and there. This feels like the only way out of this void, of this understanding that everything you've been doing before was leading you on this branch of a lie. And now you just feel like you're free falling. I'm begging you both to please see reason in all of this. Do not become another cog in the machine of evil. Do not try to fix things yourself, because nobody can fix it on their own. The only way to do this is by seeking this reason together. Not through murder or vengeance, but through peace. More destruction is not what this world can handle right now.
I think you misunderstand me. I am not trying to bring more destruction. I am not trying to bring more death. I am trying to end it. I think to be a cog in the machine of evil would be to do nothing, to continue living as I have been. We are all cogs in the machine. We must step back and we must become the masters of it, if we are to stop it from being evil and turn it to a better purpose.
And what do you think those before you were doing? What do you think those in charge? Do you think they all just wanted power for themselves, that they're all just evil?
Yes.
Every single one of them believed in their cause, believed in what they were doing. Every single guard we fought in the city believed that they were doing the right thing. The question is not what you believe in. The question is, how much evil do you want to do in the name of your good?
I will say I know many that are in the Church of Hoar that genuinely want to do the right thing, that genuinely, with all their heart, believe they're doing the right thing. But it is not the measure of a man what he believes he does. What measures a man and what measures his ideal is what he does. And I will no longer serve a god that does not stand by his ideals. I will no longer serve any master that does not put the sword to the grindstone and do what must be done.
I'm not asking you to serve anybody. I'm
And
only begging you to not hurt anybody for that.
I am not so foolish as to believe that I could do this alone. And if you think that you have insight, if you think that you have even a glimmer of a way to do this properly, to stop it from failing, then come with me. Then help me do it right.
Yeah.
Serenity, you want to protect your sister. You said there was no way you could do it. I am offering you a chance, perhaps the only chance you ever had. You've not said anything so far. What do you think of all of this?
I think for me to offer you an answer now, as you said before, would be foolish.
And I think that is wise of you.
I think time to think and rest are important. And I am nothing if not exhausted right now.
This path will take us perhaps 200 years, which is plenty of time to think. But the last thing that I want is to sit on my deathbed 200 years in the future, look back on the life that I lived, look at the suffering around me, and know that I did not take the chance when I had it, that I did not start to walk the path that could actually fix something. There is all of that time for you to convince me otherwise. There's all of that time for us to find an alternate solution. But we should start to walk the path now, to start to move in that direction, so that if this is the only solution, we do not realize it too late.
Corvus
All
will
right.
look at
As you say that, let me roll some dice here really quick.
Oh god.
Oh.
What does Corvus
I have a
say?
whole
Corvus is
bunch
just
of
gonna look
di-
at Saf and be like, "What would you do?"
Very good question.
I would build. I would try
From
and create
From what? From what?
from people that you trust. That is not going to require any power. It
Yes,
will require time.
It does. Trust is
What does-
power.
What does
And
it
we are-
matter what you build? Sorry.
We're extending that trust to the two of you.
No. No, what you're hoping to do is you're hoping to gain the power to release the thing that is currently plaguing my mind, and hoping that using its power you're going to be able to fix things in the world. You're not going to be able to fix anything!
I do not mean to release it. I mean to erase it, wholly and completely. Supplant it, take its power, take what it wanted to do, and turn it to better purposes. What good is it in building things? What good is it in creating a safe space for those who you care about if there are beings out there that on a whim can destroy it with the flick of a wrist? No matter how much building you do, no matter how much peace you can create, so long as there are those above us with the power and the intention to prevent us from doing it, everything you make can be destroyed in a moment. This is the only way to ensure that peace lasts and that we are safe.
Unless, of course, you are able to come up with an
alternate solution.
Hold on. How many hit points do you have, Lex?
20.
Man, this is about to get bitch slapped, I think.
And how many do you have, Corvus?
Seeing as I
Oh,
tried
boy.
to punch the dragon earlier, all the damage I took from previous battles, I'm at 22. But
Oh,
I
boy.
have... Actually, my shield is probably inside, so I do not have my shield.
All right,
But I do have my
only
glaive,
got a-
and I am
I only
on
got
guard,
a
bro.
37. I only got a 37. And neither of you are elves. You can be affected by sleep.
Oh, we're going to sleep?
One of you is, the other one's not. And he is going to choose Caleb. Caleb, you are the lowest hit point, or you are the lowest hit point, so you go first. You are now asleep.
Sounds good.
Lex,
I'm now asleep.
and he will look to Kadem. Does Kadem look like he's
Kadra looks at you.
Yeah, sorry, Kadra. Kadem was old mate. My bad.
If he was a duck.
Kaladim is the big bad.
No,
the one you watched
Ledem
turn
was
into a
Ledem
troll.
was the
Ledem.
Ledem
was the duck.
Ledem is the is the
Yeah.
is the guy in the
in the labyrinth.
you guys met in the labyrinth.
Kadra doesn't look like he cast a spell.
Yes, he looks and he is using his last level 9 spell.
Okay. Corvus is going to step in the path, and he's going to look fucking furious. And I'm gonna roll something.
Oh boy. Hey, at least he doesn't think it was Saf who did it, so I'm happy. Oh no. Oh, what did you roll?
Oh no, that's not
No.
great.
Oh no.
That's not great.
Oh, darling.
No shit.
So I'm
shit.
gonna
Sorry.
need you to roll an initiative
Wait,
just for you.
I
All of
haven't said I haven't said what I'm doing yet.
Okay.
Corvus. Ha.
Oh boy.
Ha.
You watch as Lex
Rose
falls
gave me
Rose
Rose
did-
gave me
oh.
inspiration. Rose gave me
Nice,
inspiration.
thank you.
I'm gonna roll it again. Okay, we're okay. Oi, Rose. We could have done it for the plot, but look, we'll take it. Everything is safe.
I hope you have a backup character.
Corvus instead will, seeing tensions are high and him feeling a wave of anger surge through him, he will simply step in front of Corvus and slam blade side down his glaive onto the ground. So you can see still half of the red blade. And just go, much was discussed today. Lots happened. We are all tired. He will look dead into the dragon's eyes and just be like, perhaps sleep is the best course of action.
As behind you, Lex snores.
Exactly. And he's just like, but he says that through gritted teeth, and he's just like, and he goes, I will remain here with Lex, and we will stay here until the morning. But as he sleeps, let me be very clear. And his eyes will soften a little as he looks to both Serenity and Saf, and just goes, though our time together has been brief, I have come to start to care for the two of you. But understand this. If you stand in Lex's way, and he will stand up and look as imposing as possible, he will simply say, then you are Corvus Ferum's enemy. And then he will sit down, pull the glaive up, and just rest it on his shoulders and sit in a meditative pose.
As he sits down, Saf kind of just more under her breath. Then I'm
Kadra will
sorry.
step around you while she's doing this, and will reach into his bag and grab the book and hand it to Saf.
I will not have
great.
let him take.
Take
I
it.
will not have let him take the book.
Oh, you're gonna stop him?
If he tries to go for the book, I will I'm
Oh, but-
like guard
Okay.
dog in front of Lex
Yeah.
right now.
But Lex already gave him the book before. He's giving it back.
He gave
He
it
gave
back.
it back.
He gave it back.
Gave it back to
Oh, okay,
Lex.
great.
Yep.
My
And
bad.
Corvus will not let he's like a guard dog around Lex right now. It is fuck off. We will deal with this in the morning.
You can tell he's a little peeved that you go to block him from going past you and around to Lex.
It's just a glaive in front of him. He's just like,
Yeah.
Rolls up the glaive real quick. Just like...
He puts his finger on the glaive. begins to push it out of the way. And then he lets it fall back. I don't wish to kill you today. I shall allow you to live. For now. I
Corvus will
would be careful with what I would as he says that, he looks at you and he kind of gets very close to you and he whispers, I would be very, very, very careful with what your next words are. And I would be very, very careful with what Lex's next move is.
Corvus looks and like leans in and simply says, "Good night."
Ooh.
He takes a step back. He looks at
leans back.
the girls, and he walks past them and just kind of drops off the rock.
That's cool. That's the most badass, just right off the cliff, just like gone. Fuck yeah.
So it's just the three of us now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Would seem.
Yep.
Corvus is going
Lex
to...
is gonna. Lex is asleep until someone wakes him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Corvus is just going to say, he's going to look at Saf and just be like, truly, it is nothing personal, and I apologize if I nicked you.
You're doing what you think is right. As am I.
And she turns to Serenity to just kind of check in. What's going on with her? How's she doing? There's a lot. There's a lot that just happened.
Especially considering you guys like got into this conversation technically not getting along. You were mid-fight, bro.
Oh yeah, we are not on good terms currently.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing with siblings. Yeah, they will fight each other, but like once something is against both of them, they're like, yeah, okay,
We don't know
we'll
if
bust
it
them up
is.
to deal with this later.
We don't know if it is.
We don't know. As you're looking to Serenity, she does not look at you. She is so fucking tired. She's tired of this day. She's tired of dealing with this shit. She's just done.
Back.
You see her stand up, looking to the both of you. I'm sleeping where it's comfortable. And she walks past the both of you back into the cave to where the dragon before had given them some space, some designated rest points with some more comforts.
And as you walk into the cave, and you would notice the dragon is sound asleep on its pile of gold.
Okay. I'm assuming there's like some beds or something there that we can.
There is like they have like sleeping mats and things that are off to the side.
Yeah, like bedrolls.
Perfect.
Yeah, like a bedroll.
I'm gonna find a bedroll next to the wall with my back to the wall, curl up, and go to sleep.
Before Saf leaves, she just kind of just looks Corvus in the eyes and just very quietly, but nicely asks, "Do you really think you can fix things?"
Corvus will look over his shoulder, look at Lex, and you'll see a very soft smile. And he'll just be like, "Me? No. My brother, though. If anyone stands a chance, if anyone's heart is truly in the right place, tis his. And I'll throw myself off any attack, magic, if it means getting him one step closer. I do not." And at that, he's just gonna look up at you. He's still sitting cross-legged, and he's just like, and he'll kind of gesture for you to sit down in front of him, and just be like, "Truthfully, perhaps between you and I,
Yeah, she sits. Mhm.
And you'll see for the first time, Corvus looks almost small. And he's just like, it is hard for me to say. I am frightened, Saf, of what is to come. I do not have much, but I understand that sacrifices will need to be made, whether it's our own or others, regardless of the roads we take. Sacrifice will need to happen to destroy this darkness that plagues our lands. We are just doing what we think will be the best road.
I know.
But if you find another, we will listen as you have sat and listened to us.
I need to ask you something. I know you're a
Always.
man of your word.
I am indeed.
I don't know where or how we're gonna go, but I really, really want to believe in what you're saying. And I swear to you, I am trying. But while I don't see any possible way for this working out, I think Serenity might. And the only thing I want to ask of you is to please take care of her. Please.
Corvus will lean in, look to you, and just kind of like tilt his head a little and just be like, that is a woman who can most certainly take care of herself. But I am happy to offer the same safeguards as I have been to you and your sister. As long as you travel with us, even though our core beliefs or core goals differ, if we are allies and continue to remain so, no harm shall befall you. Not whilst I am about, and certainly not whilst Lex is awake.
That's
It's a little harder when he's asleep.
that's not quite what I'm asking. No matter where we go, the position that I am in, I do not see myself making it out alive, one way or another. I simply don't. And this is just the reality of the position I've put myself in, but you saw what we went through. You saw as we saw what you needed to go through. And the aftermath of what happened to us that night. Serenity went silent for years. She would not speak. She would not eat unless I would actually finally find food for us to consume. She was not there. And her voice is needed in this world now more than ever. That is what I'm asking you to preserve, even if I'm gone. Please, save her voice.
And just with that, the 1 minute spell has worn off, and now you're
Ah.
awake. This only
Um,
lasts a minute.
What's called?
Yes.
I'm going to assume though
It only
that
lasts
like,
a minute unless you actually continue to sleep.
I'm going to assume. Well, Corvus doesn't know he's awake, so he's gonna keep talking.
Yeah, there we go.
Corvus is just going to his eyes will stay on yours and just it kind of looks like he doesn't really understand. And he's just like, truly, I am not quite sure what you mean, but yes, I will protect your sister for as long as she needs me to. Though, like I said, she's totally fine on her own. But, if I may, and his hand, he raises his hand a little bit and goes, if I may. And he will place his hand on your face, very gently on your cheek, and just be like, your sister spoke to me before we all spoke together. And she said her goal is to protect people. But I think that was a little bit of a lie. I don't think it is people as a whole she wishes to protect. And he will just kind of like with his thumb gently run a finger across your cheek and just be like, I think it is just you. And
I
nothing
will.
would be more heartbreaking than seeing her sister disappear.
And Lex will sit up behind you.
Which I don't know
Understand.
because my back is turned.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. I'm alive. That is honestly more than I expected.
Oh, Corvin. Lex.
As the moment you get up,
Saf.
Saf kind of pushes the hand away and turns away, trying to choke back tears. Because that was just like the moment you said it, she's like, "Yep, time to fucking cry." Oh shit, you're awake. Fuck.
Yeah.
Just like, nope, we're not doing this right now. Nope.
Saf, I swore an oath to you to protect you and to get vengeance for the wrongs that have been on you. And even if you don't understand what me and my brother will do, and even if you want to kill me for it, I swear to you that I will still honor that oath, and I will still do all in my power to keep you safe and to free you from the curse that shackles you.
God, he's got the brand on his hand, dude. That's so cool.
Fuck.
Join us. Join us.
Join us. Join us. Join us.
It's a fucking cult now. Fuck. Okay.
It's only a cult until I actually become a god, and then it's a religion.
Help us, please. Send. Oh my god. Okay.
Anyway,
So
that's all Corvus wanted to say.
Yeah, that last one that very much got under her skin. Like she's very much crying but trying to keep it together. And in hearing Lex speak, she's kind of laughs to herself a little. Honestly, I thought you died.
So did I.
Let's not worry about oaths or meanings or world saving just for one night. Let's just rest.
I think that
That's
would
all
be
we-
wise.
I assure you, worry is the last thing on my mind.
I'm gonna just quickly roll insight. Just want to.
Yep.
Corvus is rolling insight on the two of them to see what the chemistry's like.
Oh,
Yeah, what is it like,
Did I
Caleb?
just see Katya spit up? Did I just see
No,
Katya
it's
spit
okay.
up?
It's okay. I'm fine. It's okay. I'll clean this later.
Corvus. Okay, so he got an 11. I'm gonna be like, I reckon Corvus is just like, and raises a single eyebrow.
Cutie.
for the first time in my life, I know what I must do. And for the first time in my life, if I die in its pursuit, I will consider my life worth living. So I'm not worried. Whether I fail or whether I succeed, I will do all that I can. I see Kristen over there being like, no! They're digging themselves a deeper grave. I'ma keep on shoveling, baby.
Hurting cat.
Look,
That's
if you
us.
I am perfectly fine. You can kill Lex. I'll make another character who's like,
Same,
damn, that
bro.
Lex guy,
I'm-
idiot, stupid.
Facts.
Lex,
The moment you
Lex
said
is
that,
fucking set.
You may be
bro,
okay with this. We are not. We like Lex, okay?
we're on this train now, baby. Anywho, I still don't think it changes anything. Corvus is just like, let us sleep, and tomorrow we decide our next step.
Tomorrow.
Hey Lex, don't forget to put a scroll on your character sheet.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The one I gave
I'll
you.
give it
should
back.
not. Dude, if I knew
No.
where this was gonna go, I would not have given that to you.
No, that's my next step. Is that I'm going to, before we go to bed, I'm going to reach in and hand it back to you, and say, "This is yours. It would not be right of it to keep it if you do not still trust me."
Saf hesitates for a second, weighing her options, and then takes it. I hope I'll be able to give it back.
As do I.
I don't know what it is.
Honestly,
Dude, you guys are
neither
just
do
doing
I.
this. You guys are just doing this in front of him. Like,
Yeah, that's
Right?
fair. I love him.
You don't
so
know
much.
what just happened.
yeah,
I
Corvus
don't
is
even
just
know
like,
what it is.
Yeah, the beautiful thing is that like but these two know they know they know this ain't about the scroll no more.
Nope.
Nope.
Although, I'm be honest, I have no idea what the scroll is either.
Oh yeah, by the way, since I have it in my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick glance at what it says.
Oh, that's
Like
fair.
I'm not
that's
gonna
fair.
I'm not gonna I just want to see what is it?
As you open it up, it does have, you can read it, because he did hand it to someone who can cast spells. It is a planes to travel the planes. It is a plane shift.
We're gonna plane stride?
It is
Hey!
a plane shift spell.
Let's go. Okay, great.
All I'm
It
saying,
is a
all I'm
one-use
saying,
item, because it's only a one-use item.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to go somewhere. How you get back is gonna be up to you. And I mean,
okay,
it's keyed to a specific place. However, you haven't talked to him about it yet. So
Hold
you
up.
probably want to know more. So
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Frank giving out a really hilarious "we definitely won't do it" idea, right? We go back to Ledem's place. That we go to the hole. We jump in the hole.
Oh.
We see what's down the hole. And if we
Oh,
need
no,
to,
no, no.
fuck off.
you're half
wait.
right. You're half
did you
right.
guys come up with this on your own? Or did I already know how the only way you can get off of this plane is to be not in this plane?
I'm just
So-
saying.
Because it is cut off from the rest of the universe. There's no
Here's the
way
thing.
to,
Yeah.
except for the Fey realm. You do have some attachment to the Fey realm, but it's not a normal attachment. Only Fey can actually travel that route.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
2 notes. First off, season 1 of Plane Striders was called God's Fall. This is called God's Rise, guys.
Ah!
God's re-emergence! God's
Let's
re-emergence! Let's go!
The second note is that that's kind of what I was thinking, is actually to go back to Ledem, because the first step is we need to gain some sort of power, some sort of avenue with which we could actually start to pursue this. Now, Ledem's super powerful. He was powerful because of the labyrinth. Lex is totally fine to throw himself into the labyrinth, the crucible with which he then is able to gain power and possibly pursue this goal. And if he dies, he
Die.
dies.
Or die. Yeah, probably,
die.
probably
Do that.
the latter.
Corvus wanted to do that originally, and he was questioning Ledem, like, "Hey, how do you kill a dragon? Because I need to fucking know."
Exactly.
But at the
Well,
same
we can
time,
do that later, though. This won't be a right now thing. This will be a later thing that
Like,
we go back and do that.
I think immediate actionables that we need to do is we need to, like, I feel like to be able to even ascend to the position that we're trying for anyway, it doesn't change our group's original goal of fucking killing off this Kaladim dude, yeah? Because he's also trying to be this god of vengeance, and we can't, it's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
competition.
Step one.
It's competition
Step one.
right now. Step one, kill that guy, and then that way we're helping old mate Saf over here, so she doesn't have whispers in her head anymore. You know what I mean? And then her new warlock patron could be you. Oh god, it's all falling together. It's all falling into place.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Ask Saf. Saf is gonna have some issues with this, but me as a player, like, oh my god, I think that would be so cool.
That is
But,
so cool. Well, like
just
in
like
my head,
the head warlock of the god of just vengeance. Let's fucking go.
Look,
and
here's
like
what I'm
literally
saying.
in
I'm
my
trying to
head,
play-
How
What
did
have
I
you
get
created,
you guys
Kristen?
to this point?
All I'm
literally
saying
in my head,
is
I was
Saf.
just like, my oath would have been to the new, like, just god of just vengeance. So it's just like, it's just power coming from Lex, and Corvus is like, yeah, baby.
Okay. On this note, Saf is gonna return to the cave and is actually gonna find a place to sleep close to Serenity, kind of just like close by, as they're so used to being crammed up in a very small space, but just like being near each other. So even though there's so much space, she's still like close by her.
Still space between you because of the fights, but
Yeah.
are you how?
Yeah, and there's still some space, but like she's just close by.
I
And
would
where
say
are you guys?
honestly-
We're gonna
What
sleep
are you guys
outside, I
doing?
think. We're gonna
Yeah.
sleep outside.
Oh yeah, especially now that Lex knows how the dragon does not like this plan. Lex's step one is to get away from here.
Ah. But we like the dragon.
He's got, but yeah, Corvus also like.
He
I,
slaughtered a bunch of civilians. We don't
this
like
man
that.
is not a good guy.
All right, so everyone take a long rest.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank God.
Beautiful.
As we long rest, Corvus is like watching the sky, you know, I suppose towards sunset, or at some point just before we go to sleep. Actually, before I say anything, I think the girls wanted to have a quick chat before we long rest as well, so I'm gonna pass the floor to them.
Paige is gonna be like, now that I've long rested and I have my spell slots back, I'm gonna kill
Bitch!
you.
Your ball.
I didn't want to say anything as long as I didn't have spell
Yeah,
slots. But you
now
know what?
that we're back.
Fair.
No.
I mean, I also have all of my spell slots and a lot. Like, I got some lovely cantrips I still haven't tried. So bring it on.
No.
No, I want to work with you. I don't want to fight
No
you.
PvP.
What do you mean no PvP?
No PvP. No.
Bro, we were this close to some PvP.
Oh yeah,
what
no,
was-
we were
But-
there.
But at the very beginning, the reason why she rolled a wisdom saving throw was because the dragon was scrying on you.
This makes sense.
Ah.
Oh, I wish you had
So
succeeded.
that was the
It would've
save
been
at the very beginning, so the dragon knew exactly what the fuck
Yep.
was up.
I kind of wish the dragon hadn't showed up because I knew I had the advantage, and I've got a really good wisdom saving throw. So
That is
I would have
fair.
loved the scene of you throwing a spell at me and just taking it on the face and saying that you will not dissuade me from this path.
I love that.
Motherfucker.
That would've been
Honestly,
awesome.
that would have been also epic. But I'm
Here's
really
a
happy with the way it
question.
came out.
Frank, what were you gonna do if you failed that wisdom save with the dragon? Were you just gonna whack it?
We'll never know.
Anyway,
Aw, man, I
Kristen,
want
can we
to
take
know.
5?
Yeah.
Can
we
we
can
take 5?
we can we
Oh,
yeah, we can take
Probably a good chance
just
for a
5
break.
minutes. Just a really quick 5 minutes.
Yep.
So we will be back in 5 minutes. We're gonna take a really quick break so I can actually go get something to drink also because I also have to go run to the bathroom. So 5 minutes. Paige, take us out, and we will see you back at 4:30 our time, my time. So.
We'll be back. All right.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the insanity that is our freaking show. After everything that's happened in this session so far, I don't even know what to do right now. I'm completely beside myself.
What do you mean? It's been a pretty normal
okay.
session. Nothing. We haven't even had combat. It's fine. Everything.
No combat at all.
Everything's been fine.
Everything's been great.
We just,
yeah.
you know what's happened. So, to the viewers just joining us right now, all that's happened is we've just had some different perspectives on what to do next. That's it. That's all that's happened.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it, okay, Frank?
This is why Saf needs therapy.
Anyway, so you all wake up the following morning with a full rest. Everybody did take a long rest, correct, on your character sheets?
Yes.
Before we wake up in the morning, I believe the two girls wanted to chat, and I would like to say something before we go to sleep.
Oh, Serenity was definitely asleep by the time Saf got back.
Okay.
We can talk in the morning.
All right. If that's the case, just before we go to sleep, because I know Corvus would have likely said this beforehand. He as we're lying down next to each other, Lex, Corvus is going to simply say, "Do you think they'll abandon us, brother?"
I cannot say. But I certainly hope they do not.
So do I. We have very few allies, and I think those two would be good ones. Sleep well.
All right.
Morning.
And you all go to sleep, and you wake up the next morning. Upon waking up, the dragon is no longer sitting up on top of you. You actually don't see the dragon anywhere inside the cave. He is gone.
Great.
So this man is actually useless. Kill the dragon. Corvus would have likely woken up come the next morning, and if Lex is awake or not, he's just going to simply say, "I'll hunt us some breakfast," and he's going to go find some food.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm just giving them time. I've asked so much of them, right? Like, I'll give them a little
Really?
space before I'm like, hey guys, so, like, becoming gods.
Yeah, how's it
What's
going?
that
You want
about?
You want a pamphlet?
Just
I
like
just hand them, like, a piece of paper that I've, like, drawn on in crayon that's just, like, a picture of me with a
Vote
halo.
me, your new god.
Vote for me, bitches.
I mean, hey, if you want to get eligible after, that's how you do it. So you do
That's
you.
why I'm not doing it.
Good.
Makes sense.
Good idea.
Anything in the morning?
Okay. Well, if these guys aren't going to talk, I will come in and prompt a conversation.
Oh,
I think they're talking to each other, right?
Paige.
I'm
You
not.
wanted to say something?
If you. Oh, I was gonna say, we don't see the dragon, right?
He is not. He is not on his thing, and you do not see him inside the cave.
I'm gonna walk over to his desk where you said he had like a desk of papers and things.
There are lots of papers on the desk. You see you see lots of scribbles on papers and things like that. But then there at the back of the desk there is a very large section with scrolls in like little slots. Like it's very organized.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Serenity, what are you doing? Saf kind of just approaches from the back. She was always watching it the entire time, and then just decided to approach.
You see her turn, and with just a cold look. I'm just looking. No need to worry.
Oh, yeah, spicy.
She's standing at the distance, but also still observing.
As you're kind of looking around the desk, roll a perception check.
Okay.
And you can also, because you walked up to the desk.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
Let's
Hey.
go.
Not
Sounds
bad.
like you've got
And
just Vengeance on your side.
That's totally
And
what it
Saf,
is.
what'd you get?
Oh, I'm also rolling? God, I didn't
Yeah,
roll
you
anything
walked up to the
this
desk
session
also.
yet. Yes. I
walked up to
was
the desk
more
with it.
watching what I was honestly more watching what Serenity was up to, but sure.
No, you
might-
got close
Utter
enough to the
plus.
desk you'd be able to see.
17.
17. as you are kind of just walking up to the desk, you both kind of notice it, one right after the other. There is, you see what looks to be a map, kind of sticking out from under some papers. And you see what looks to be almost a drawing on part of one of the map.
Do I recognize what the map is of?
It's partially under some papers. You'd have to actually pull it out
I'll pull it
to
out.
see all of the map. It is a map of all of the islands, of the entire island chain, and where the actual wall is. And on the southernmost tip of the farthest island, there is an X marking out a spot on that on the very, very tip on the bottom of the island.
Do I have any
It is
like?
the farthest you can go south.
I think I have some like paper and quill on me. I think that's something
Yeah,
I have.
you do.
Great. I'm just gonna kind of, as best I can, copy the map, just on a small piece of paper for myself.
You're not just gonna take the map?
Okay.
I don't think stealing the dragon's stuff is gonna go great for me. So no,
Mhm.
I'm gonna leave the map. But I am gonna copy it to the best of my ability.
Okay.
And then
You begin
as
drawing out the map. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Ooh.
How well you do.
Yes! Finally, I'm good at that. 16.
I'm assuming
Fun.
that's your first performance
Nice.
check.
Yeah! And I'm a circus performer!
Let the bitch
You are,
perform.
but you've never actually performed
I
anything
know.
before.
It's because of fucking
So-
dragon.
It looks pretty good. It looks
Yeah.
pretty almost
Nice.
identical. Yeah, there's a couple small things on it, but it's pretty close.
Yeah. As I'm sketching, I kind
You
of...
do notice that it is so it is this it is the island of Yahan. It's Yahrn. Yaharn. That is the island's name.
Okay.
Yahar.
And it is one of the outlying islands, so it's not really, there's not a lot on the island. There's not even a city.
Okay. As I'm sketching, I'm gonna kind of look to Saf. I don't mean to be frustrated with you. But not only do you ignore me and won't even talk to me about these conversations that we need to have, and then you try and start a fight with our friends.
Saf kind of just takes one step closer, and then she just thinks for a moment. What do you want me to say? The fact that I don't want Lex to get lost in his own ambition and becoming a god?
How
Or
do you
that-
think starting a fight with him is going to come across? Do you think that's going to change his mind? Has
Being
anybody
sensitive to him?
has anybody beating us before changed our minds? Is that how you go about this? These
Is that what-
people worked hard to protect us. The least we can do is hear them out, and even if we think it's a bad idea, we should give them the respect to talk to them about it.
Do you think it's a bad idea?
I don't know what I think about it. I think that for me to make a snap judgment on that, in the middle of the night when I am already exhausted and fed up with being ignored, I don't think that would have been the right time. And I still don't think I've had enough time to think and deliberate. But I have no better ideas right now. And like they said, this is something that will take a while. Why not give them the benefit of the doubt? Why not listen? And if you're not going to help me try and fix whatever's happening with you, then I'm going to need somebody to.
Oh
Serenity.
god, I love that.
Serenity,
owe you an apology. I understand that you want to help. I do. I didn't want to tell you because I knew you were going to try. And I still wish you didn't know. And I still stand by what I said before to Lex. Because when he was up there giving us his speech, he sounded exactly like all those people who would meet on our path. The ones that wanted to change the world, wanted to fix things. We just need to follow them. We just need to believe in them. You remember what they would be like at the end.
And I'm not saying what they're trying to do right now is a good idea. I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying we should go for it. All I'm saying is they are our friends. And I think they are due some respect. And I think that part of that respect is if we disagree, being able to have a civil conversation about it and offer alternatives.
Free me.
Fuck, is that what
for sure.
And remember, Lex said he's not going to free him. This is not in the cards.
Yep, yeah, he's just gonna use his power, which totally is gonna work.
Destroy him.
Yeah,
okay.
Lex said he was gonna erase him.
Mm-hmm. She kind of closes her eyes for a moment and rubs her nose, just takes a shuddered breath. You know, I always believed friends don't let friends get lost in their own ambition, or start cults for that matter, but...
I don't think friends punching friends when they disagree is the way to go either.
That is fair. That might have been too quick a judgment of me, but I think it was deserved.
You gotta stop starting these fights.
It's kind of cool. I like it. It's fun.
Hey, darling, I'm only learning from the best.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have picked up that trait of mine.
Oh, sorry, I am the one who starts fight. Emma, really? Mrs. Revolutionary here? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not setting a good example.
Yeah. It's just like, the kettle calling itself black. Damn
it. Fair enough.
Hot meat kettle.
Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. We should probably rejoin our friends and figure out what the new plan is.
Let's see what they came up with this time.
Hopefully it's a little better than last time. We'll see.
At that point, Corvus walks around the corner and is like, breakfast!
Oh, thank God.
and he's holding 4 rabbits.
Oh, thank God. Corvus, you are a godsend.
And he's just like, that's funny.
I was so certain you were gonna say Lexend, and I would just die.
I was genuinely going to, but I'm like, but then in Corvus's head, he's not a god yet.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can't actually say that.
What have we created? What have we created?
Corvus just comes in and is just like, perhaps before any further discussion, it is best to eat when there is food in our... It is best to chat when there is food in our bellies.
Agreed.
Have at thee! And it's already cooked, he already butchered them, yada yada, and he just brought them in.
At least they are not 2 live bunnies, Josh. Anyway.
Oh God.
Shout out to the boy!
I want to hear that story. Kristen, what's that story? I want to know.
There's a
You
short.
have to watch there's a short of it.
There's a short
It's on our channel, on our YouTube channel.
On YouTube.
Oh, no, okay, now I remember that. Oh God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a throwback. Why would you do this to me? That hurts.
That was funny.
That's a great.
So yeah,
throwback.
Corvus is just gonna start eating. He's also gonna gather the rest of his supplies that were he left in here, and he's just gonna look about and just be like, so where's the lizard bastard?
No idea. He's been gone all morning.
Helpful.
Yeah, unfortunately. Although I did find this, and I'm going to kind of show you the copy that I made of the map. He has this map
Oh.
on his desk. I made a copy of it. Seems helpful. It's got an X on it. Not for sure what that is.
Treasure.
Hey, if it helps. I doubt it,
Ev-
but
Everyone
It's
knows
gonna
we
take
go
a
to the X. Where is this X? Corvus is
Where's
gonna lean
Lex
over.
at?
What?
Where's
On
Lex
the
at?
most further south island that in the island chain, and it
Oh
is
no,
just.
where's Lex? Where's Lex at?
Oh,
Is
where's
what I'm
Lex?
asking.
I came up and I'm eating. I'm just being in silence. I'm not going to broach the topic to either of you two. I'm going to wait for you to do it to me because, true to my word, I will give you time to think.
Oh, bless. Corvus is
But the island is
spilling bunny
the
oil
farthest
on the
south
fucking.
as you're looking at. So, Corvus, as you're looking at the map, because you asked about that,
Yep.
it is the furthest south you can go on the smallest. It's one of the smallest islands. There actually is no cities there that you know of. And there's an X on the farthest south you can go on the island. It's an uninhabited island that you know of.
That is puny, and I've never traveled so far.
could be fun.
Have any of you?
No.
He looks to the ghost.
No, we've never been that far south. Might be interesting, though. See a new place.
Most certainly would be. And as he's eating, he's like, well, I think the main question that I will be the one to ask, because I'm sure we are all thinking it, is what next?
That is a great question.
As it probably were, we are all currently fugitives. So, unfortunately, there is no safe space.
I understand at the stage we are now, and I'll point to the book, sort of like point to my bag where you guys know the book is at. What is in there is very incomprehensible to us. I propose the first thing that we do, whether to pursue my plan or not, is to find someone who can understand it. Or find ways to understand it ourselves. We simply need more information. I think heading in the direction of where that is on the map is as good a direction as any to start, unless any of you have a better idea.
Corvus shakes his head and he's like, I agree. I think I'm a simple man. X marks the spot. The spot is where we should go.
I'm very
And-
curious myself, so.
In
Ooh,
regards to what we discussed yesterday, I think ultimately, even before we get to any kind of process of what Lex and I envision, it doesn't change the fact that there is darkness still plaguing this place. And so, what Kadra had mentioned, he wants us to keep this safe from a Kaladim. I intend to slay that being. And I think, for now, at the very least, unless of course you say otherwise, as I said last night, if you wish to depart, we will see you to safe port. But the road we travel, potentially together, will take us to such a fight. And then, beyond that, I think that is the horizon that Lex and I seek out.
Speaking of horizons, as the dragon steps into the room,
I didn't get any rabbits for you.
he looks at the large bag that is in his hand, and he walks over and sets it down in front of all of you. I had actually had gotten food. But I see you
that's-
have your own.
Arr.
Oh, so what have you decided?
We're going to try to find out more information, as well as pursue destroying whatever being is in Saf's head.
That is still to be discussed.
I am agreed.
Tentative.
He
He's unpacking everything he just heard.
I wouldn't suggest that. And I know what you were talking about yesterday. Obviously. When I looked for you before, you had disappeared.
Who is he addressing?
All of you. Where were you?
Why were you
I would
looking
say,
for us?
You
You
did.
already
You
had the
did.
book.
You did tell him, right? You did talk about it, right? I believe
we?
you talked about it in the last session.
Nope. I don't think we told him that
No.
we were in a labyrinth at all.
Okay. No, because he asked you where you found the. No, he asked you where you found the book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we said we found it in a crater.
Yep. I would say that is between us and God, but considering the circumstances,
I love you, sucked it.
Beautiful.
I could not find you here, which means you found a way out of this. And he kind of just looks all around.
Why were you looking for us? You had the book. You had no reason to look for us.
You were the ones that triggered the event.
Does it matter who triggered it if you already had the book?
Yes.
Why?
Let's just say an old prophecy.
Oh, fucking destiny.
Fucking hell! Great. So Staff just kind of straightens out. So what is it?
If you know, it could affect what you do next.
Yes. But prophecies become true if you believe in them, right? Us knowing the
Don't like
prophecies should not.
self-fulfilling prophecies.
So, and if you're not going to tell us and we're still going to follow
It's
the same
lost to
prophecy?
time. I was curious. Because usually I don't believe in prophecy. But when it did happen, and you freed all of us from here, I don't know if it actually affected the other realms yet. So you'll have to find out.
hey Paige, do you have detect thoughts?
I cannot leave
Please.
this realm.
Corvus
But
is
apparently
just gonna
you've
look
been
at...
able to.
He's gonna lean into Lex and be like, Did we leave this realm? He's whispering that to Lex.
Yeah,
Just like,
I'll
as
just
he's
lean
going.
over and say, honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
I thought we were just in the library.
We can discuss this away from prying ears.
Right.
I'm standing right here.
And that is precisely the issue.
Oh. My boy just wants to die.
Corvus,
That's
what's good? Corvus with his like roast buddy is just gonna point it at Kadar, just be like, "Are you an ally? Ally."
We have the same goals.
Brilliant.
We should.
Okay. We want to get rid of this Kaladim as well. If that is your goal, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Where do we go next? We need information.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Well, get to it faster. That's just bunny ears.
Where did you go?
The
Honestly,
town where you burnt stuff.
I mean, I don't think any of us really know where we went.
We don't know. We don't know where we went, bro.
We went to
No,
see a
he
duck.
did tell you. He did tell you something. Ladem actually did say something specific.
Oh, you think Corvus is fucking smart enough to remember that shit? Fuck no.
I'm gonna roll a recall knowledge.
All of you roll an intelligence check and advantage.
An
Okay.
advantage.
All of us
This is
failed.
just
It's
this is
like-
just you trying to give us the information.
That wasn't that
No,
one.
I
you
know I
rolled
gave it
true.
to you.
I rolled
God
true.
damn it! The best
I
I
didn't
got
get
was
above a 10.
I got a 6.
I mean, I accidentally rolled 3
Nat
times.
20!
My second roll was a nat 20, though.
I got a
Nice.
16.
Nat 20. Lex, you do remember something about an astral sea?
I thought there was a portal to the astral sea. I didn't know we were. That makes sense.
It
that
is
we
a
were
portal
focused
to
on-
the astral
It's a
sea.
hole. It's a hole.
But it is a hole to the astral sea,
It makes sense.
but that means it's not in this realm.
Right. Yeah, but they already know we're out of this route. I think we were at least adjacent to the astral sea.
You see almost a light bulb come appear above the dragon's head, because you just see a did you no you didn't did you happen to see a very large room with the history of the world on the walls?
Why?
Corvus will nod and
Sound
just like
familiar.
Yeah, Serenity is also
Oh.
nodding. Yes.
Corvus says, we saw a
What
large
happened
room with
to
a lot of
cultivating a mystique?
what's it called? We saw a large room with lots of art on it.
How is Ladem?
Fuck.
Oh, he's bald.
Yeah, he's been that way for a while.
So the
I
same.
was so convinced, Frank, you were gonna be like, he's turned into a duck.
Yep, I was so gonna say that.
He is a duck. Well, at this point, Corvus is just like, he's always been a duck. He's always identified
Ah,
as
that makes
duck.
sense. This makes
Ladem
sense.
is duck.
Duck is Ladem. Ladem is
Duck
duck.
is Ladem.
This is
Also-
the saying of the cult now.
Unfortunately, it's 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to dip pretty quick here.
Yes. Yeah. So he looks at you and says, he reaches into a small pouch and he hands you a small rock.
That's a rock.
And he actually hands it to Serenity.
Oh,
The smartest one, probably.
Yes.
but technically,
And he
character
looks
sheet
at you
label,
and
yeah.
says, I haven't used this in quite a long time,
"What is it?"
but you could probably use that. And as you go to pick it up and look at it, it is a sending stone.
Oh,
that probably has a mate somewhere.
I was about to say he's only given you
Mm.
1 stone.
Someone else has the mate.
We got a feeling I know who
He
that
hasn't
is.
hasn't used it in a very long time because he just, just a couple days ago came back into a couple weeks ago just came back into reality. Was unlocked.
Back to reality.
So
Gravity.
anyway, with him handing you this and telling you it is a sending stone, that is where we are going to end.
Wait, what are we doing
and that's
next?
where we're gonna pick up. That's where we're gonna pick up next. So do you guys are you guys gonna be okay with doing December, or do you want to skip December and go straight?
Yeah,
to January?
maybe go New Year.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we can plan logistics
So
after.
no.
Yeah, I think that
So no
December's gonna
no
be crazy.
episode next. No episode in December. We will be back in January. It'll be the second Saturday of the month, which is the 13th. So that should be good for everybody. Mark it on your calendars, all of you. Don't plan anything.
Before we end, if it's and we've got time, I would just like a clear directional point to what we're doing next.
So you just got a sending stone to someone, and someone
drop plane.
else has a plane shift, a scroll of plane shift.
Yep, which is something
to be
he's
able
hoping
to
to ask
send
the
you
dragon about.
somewhere. Once you're off of this plane of existence, you can then use it to go to a space. That is where what I have given you to work with. But
Exciting.
so as of right now, we're just going to leave it at a major cliffhanger. He hands you a sending stone.
That'll work.
And you'll have to think about that as till next time.
Great.
Anyway,
We got 2 months to figure it out.
Yep.
2 months. And so thank you all of you, everybody, all of our stuff. Yeah. Sorry, Jade. Thanks everybody for coming and joining our what the fuck episode. That's why I called this one Decisions. Like, what
and boy, did we make one.
Yep.
Did we? Did we really though? Did we though?
Boy, did we make one hell of a decision.
God.
Anyway, so all of my players, really quickly, it is time to do a level up.
Yay!
Nice.
I need either you in your character sheets you can either take a half of your dice plus 1 because we're beyond level 3, half of your dice, your hit dice plus 1. So if you're a D8, you take 4 plus 1, which would be 5. Or you can roll right now and re-roll ones once.
I'll roll.
So you can roll your hit dice, or you can just take your half plus 1.
I'll do half plus 1. I don't trust my dice.
Isn't it hit die plus con?
Plus your con. You always add your con, but it will actually add your con in your character sheet. When all you do is put what you roll in your character sheets.
Oh, okay.
So all you do is put the rolled number. So if you rolled, if you're taking half plus 1, you just put 5. If it's a D8, for you, Paige, because you're a D6, it is you can roll a D6 or you can take 4.
You know what? I'm just gonna take 4. I don't think I'm gonna get a 5 or a 6. I'll be safe.
And then for you, because you have a D10, yours is 5 plus 1, which is 6, or you can roll a D10.
I'll take 6. That takes me to 52, I think.
And then put that in your character sheets, and you guys all get to level up, which makes you level 5 for the next episode.
52.
Fuck
yeah!
And I also really quick, I got really good news. I have my Kristen Colors. Everybody knows I have my Kristen Colors channel on this Twitch channel. I'm also in January. We'll be starting on a new another coloring episode. But it will be on Misty Mountain Gaming's website, who is our sponsor. So I'm getting my own show over there.
Nice.
I will be painting their miniatures But because all of those miniatures I will be painting, I will be bringing them back to my channel on D20 Tales, and I will be hosting giveaways of all of my
Ooh.
miniatures that I will
Oh,
be
that's
painting on the other
lovely.
channel. So if anyone is interested in winning free miniatures, come and join me on my show, Kristen Colors. It will take me a couple weeks to actually get a backlog of things. But once I actually have a backlog of miniatures, I will
Hey,
start giving them away on my
hey,
Kristen Colors show.
you know what that means? The more minis you give away, the less of a chance that Russell will be able to use them against us in Plane Shredder. So go get those
No,
minis, all of them, please, all of them.
that's a
Take them
different
all.
set of that's a different set of miniatures. Russell sends me his own that I have to paint for my show.
I
Those
There's
are
have
the
no
been
ones you
escape.
guys get
trying.
to fight.
Why?
Here
Well,
is the latest one that the latest one.
Ooh.
Okay,
Well,
this is a pet.
it's been a wonderful time, but I really got to dip.
Yes, alright.
All right, so everybody, thank you guys. Thanks everybody for watching. We love you guys. We love all of our players, and just remember, chaos awaits us in the dark. Bye, everybody. Have a
Thank
good night.
you.
Bye.